So in this video, we're going to be talking about how to draw lines in different lengths in different scales with the help of architectural scale, or reverse, basically, when you have a line and you know that it's drawn in a particular scale, how to read the length of that line. So for example, if you're using quarter inch scale, if you want to draw a line that is 6 feet in real life, it would be from here, from your 0 to 6, right? In quarter inch scale, each of these little sections will represent 1 foot in real life. So basically, quarter of an inch equals a foot in real life. So if you have a line or a wall that is 6 feet long, it would be from 0 to 6. So this is a line that is 6 feet long in real life, but we drew it in quarter of an inch of scale, quarter inch scale. If the line has more fractions, if it extends from a solid number, we're going to have to pay attention to how to read those fractions, because the fractions are actually different in different scale. And there are many different reasons for that. One of them is the fact that how much room we have to show those divisions in each section. So in quarter inch scale, you actually have 12 divisions. So each line represents 1 inch in real life, right? So if you have a line that is, let's just draw a line right here. We're going to try to read it and see how long it is, right? So if you don't know how long this line is, and we know that it's drawn in quarter inch scale, and you want to know how long this line is, you're going to choose your quarter inch scale to measure it. You're going to put 0 down here, right? 0 in the beginning of the line, and then you see that it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's past 6, right? It's not 7, it's past 6. You want to see how much it's past 6, or what is the fraction of a foot. So in order to do that, you're gonna bring your 6 to the end of this line so you can read your fractions on this side, right? Let me do that again. So you have your 0 in the beginning of the line, then you see that it's 6 feet and a fraction of a foot. So you're going to move your architectural scale and you're going to put the 6 right at the end of this line so you can read your fractions on this side, and you're going to see that it's half, right? So it's 6 feet and half. So it's 6 feet, 6 inches. One important thing is when you're reading, either reading a length of a line in different scale, or if you're drawing a line in a different scale, in a particular scale, you got to make sure that you don't mix them up. For example, on this side of architectural scale, you have quarter inch scale, right? And it goes from right to left. And then on this side, on the same edge, you have 1/8 of an inch scale. And it starts from here. So it starts from left and it goes all the way right. Right? So when you're reading a length of a line, you want to make sure that you don't mix them up, because these lines are passing through each other. They're kind of merging, right? So you want to make sure you got to pay attention to which scale you are using at that moment, and you got to stick to it. So for example, let me draw a line that is, if I can make it fit in this frame, let's say it's 12 or 10. Let's say we have a line that is 10 feet long, right? From 0 to 10. When you're reading it in quarter inch scale, and you put the 0 here, right? You have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, 9, 10. So you got to make sure that you don't mix up the lines from the other side, because this is the direction that quarter-inch scale is going. And this is the direction that 1/8 of an inch scale is going. So you don't want to mix up these lines. If it lands somewhere here, you want to make sure that you don't write it down at 72, right? Because 72 is from the other scale, from 1/8 of an inch scale that is coming from the other side. So you want to make sure that, because on each edge of the architectural scale, you have two different scales going on. So you got to make sure that when you're reading them, you don't mistake the line that are passing through each other. So on this edge, we have quarter-inch scale and 1/8 of an inch scale, right? Ooh, good place to explain this. So the fractions on 1/8 of an inch scale, let me come here. Fractions on 1/8 of an inch scale, you see that they're a lot less. You only see 6, right? So each line represents 2 inches. So if you're reading a line that is drawn in 1/8 of an inch scale and is, let's draw a line that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5 and a tiny bit, right? So if you know that this line is drawn in 1/8 of an inch scale and you want to read it, you find your 1/8 of an inch, you put your 0 down in the beginning of the line, then you see you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and some fractions. So you put 5 at the end of the line, just like what we explained a little earlier, right? You're going to switch it, put this one at the end, so you can read the fractions on this side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feet and 2 inches, right? So it's 5 feet, 2 inches. Then on the other edge, you have 3/16 of an inch scale, and that one has its own fractions as well. That goes from right to left all the way to the other side of the scale. On this side, you have 3/32, and it has its own divisions or fractions. And on this side, you have 3-inch scale, which means 3 inches equals a foot in real life. And on this side, you have 1.5. So it means 1.5 inch equals a foot in real life. And then we flip it, and we have more on this side. We have 3/8 of an inch. And on this side, we have 3/4. On this side, we have 1, which means 1 inch equals a foot in real life. And you can see how it has its own divisions here. And on this side, we have 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch equals a foot in real life. And then on this side, we only have one set of numbers, which is your regular ruler. You have from 0 to 12 inches, which is basically just a regular ruler. I hope this helped.